Well, just a few days ago, the latest Hell of a Boss short just came out, and basically it's just going to be a review about it. And well, yeah, basically this is called Barbies Bad Day. It's all about Barbie Wire Blitzo's sister. You know, the character who is only seen in has been only seen in one episode so far. But you know, it's a good thing he has a second appearance and such. And this short seems to take place directly after Unhappy Campers, considering for the beginning she's getting fired from her job because she got a human killed and all. And yeah, that happened. So this means that happened directly afterwards. And yeah, Bobby's basically just experiencing a crappy day. You know, everything is just blocking away and all that. And yeah, we also get introduced to Barbie's girlfriend Kendra, and yeah, we'll talk a bit more about her later. But yeah, you know, Kendra, you know, it's revealed Bobby lives in a apartment with her girlfriend, uh, and basically, yeah, they're kind of poor. They're trying to look for a job, you know, which is honestly a relatable position to be in. And well, yeah, basically, her girlfriend discovered that she was selling drugs and such, and you know, they get into a bit of a fight, you know, like some couples do. And, you know, basically, Bobby makes the decision to get rid of the drugs, which just ends up hitting, well, those two characters who were kissing each other earlier. And that's basically the end of the short. You know, it basically shows us a little bit more about Bobby's character. Also, one of the few shorts where, one of the few times we don't get anything of IMP. Like, you know, as much, even if they are the main characters, it is pretty stale seeing them over and over. Especially with them being, I guess, frustrating and such. You know, Blitzo being the most fleshed out because obviously he's the main character, and Millie is just kind of accessory character to Moxie who has some lore. You know, hopefully that won't be the case with Bobby, who happens to be a female character. And yeah, introducing her girlfriend, who we never seen before. You know, it is a surprise. You know, kind of a surprise because we didn't have any mention of Bobby having a girlfriend. I always thought she didn't really have anyone like that. But you know, it is pretty good to see, and yeah, they're a lesbian couple, and you know, people may not be happy with that. You know, I personally don't really care as long as the couple. I personally don't care if a couple is straight or gay, as long as the couple is actually great, good written, has good writing. I mean, I can't speak. I mean, like someone in the community said, I don't know who exactly said this, but I saw someone before in the Hello Boss community say that no one bats an eye when a show has a cast of mostly straight characters. Like nobody really cares that there's straight characters. Like they treat it normally and all. So you know, should really be the same thing for LGBTQ ships and such. And yeah, her girlfriend Kendra, you know, I like her design, and also the fact that their names are literally a reference to, you know, Barbie and Ken dolls. Barbie, Ken, Dra, which is kind of a fun detail and reference to something. I am kind of afraid though that Kendra probably won't be really a major character though. You know, she's kind of gonna get the Millie Vaggy treatment. She's gonna get like the Millie and Vaggy treatment, where she's just like an accessory character to Barbie, who will be the more developed one of the two. And you know, Kendra's personality will just be Barbie's girlfriend, which I'm hoping that isn't the case. And you know, she's probably not gonna be a major character. Uh, I may be wrong though. You know, it would be a surprise if I'm wrong about that when season 3 comes out. But yeah, you know, hopefully Kendra isn't just gonna be an accessory character to Barbie, where all her personality is she loves Barbie. We don't know anything about her past, but we know, you know, Barbie's past. We know that she's Blitzo's sister. I do like how in this short though she acts a lot like Blitzo. Like I guess if you're a new viewer watching the show this way, this is a good way to tell you that she's the sister of the main character. If you couldn't tell by looking at them though, because you know they're literally twin siblings. But Yeah, the show didn't really have anything like. It was, I mean, it was good, but didn't really have much special going on. And these are pretty much these are just like little appetizers, I guess, for the full course meal that is season 3, which is getting 15 episodes, which I believe is more than the last 2 seasons. Yeah, 15 episodes. They'll be very long. So because of that, we're gonna get this season in 2 parts, and one of them is gonna come. The second part's gonna come out next year, and I'll literally be 18 by the time that comes. So yeah, hopefully the show will be great then, and the show will in fact be redeemed of itself, kind of like Has Been Hotel's thing. And well, yeah, that's pretty much my review on this. You can tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, if you enjoy seeing authentic content like this, because that's pretty much all I provide, authentic content. And I'll see y'all next time.